is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Monday, November 30th. I'm Jeff here with my friends Al and Stephanie. Everyone's rushing me to the stage. I'm like, I got 5 minutes left. My watch is way off.
Oh no!
I was like, what's all the rush about?
Yeah, I thought you were kind of chilling over there. I was like,
I was at the desk.
I was like, why are you guys up there just kicking it?
You had to get the passive-aggressive Jeff to stage, please.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. 5 minutes late to everything, I guess. All right, let's get started. It seems like everyone is talking about last night's season finale of the HBO show The Undoing. Don't worry, we're not going to have any spoilers here. But fans had one thing on their mind, me included, who tuned in, who killed Elena Alves. Well, you're not not the only one wondering. Nicole Kidman, who stars alongside Hugh Grant, shared celebrity reactions on social media. Travis Scott said he couldn't be the only one excited for the new episode. Issa Rae said the show is the perfect Thanksgiving binge. Meanwhile, Kerry Washington said her mom made everyone write down their predictions before the episode even started, and well, Kelly Ripa had a full-on meltdown over the ending. I told you guys earlier this week this was the perfect show, the binge watch over the Thanksgiving holidays. I know you still have one left, Al. We're not going to do any spoilers. And Steph, I know it's something you're going to tune in.
Yeah.
So before we get there, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was great. I mean, obviously it wasn't. I was my first one away from the kids, so that's bad. But I looked at it as a sacrifice for them and for all Americans and my neighbors and my girl and everything. So, I feel like if nothing else, it'd be a Thanksgiving to remember stuff.
Yeah, and what about you, Jeffy, with your family?
Yeah, very small. Not with my family, with my immediate family and my wife and sons. And it was. It was great. It was great. I wish I was with my entire family. This is the first year in 42 years I'm not with them, at least for Christmas. But, you got to make the best of it, and we all got to do our part.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a little turkey? Did you have a little
I did have a little
something?
I did have a little turkey. It was lovely.
Do you care about Thanksgiving because you're from England?
In England, we don't have Thanksgiving because it's, you guys pretty much leaving us.
So
I was busy binge watching The Crown, so I'm really into The Crown right now, which is obviously apparently nowhere near as cool as The Undoing, and I've heard it from so many people. I'm desperate to watch it. I love Nicole Kidman, and I love a good. Is it like a murder mystery?
Yes. So there's only 6 episodes. Again, I just want to talk so bad about everything because
tomorrow,
but I don't want to spoil it.
Is it as good as Game of Thrones?
I don't want to spoil it because it's a good one to watch even over the Christmas holiday. Right.
Is it as good as
a
Game
great
of
murder
Thrones?
mystery over the Christmas holiday.
I wouldn't compare it to Game of Thrones, Steph. I would compare it to True Detective.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys
love
remember
that.
that.
Yes.
Kind of short, and they do this with Fargo as well. I think when you have really high-end actors like that, you can't get them for 5 seasons. They're too busy. So shows like Fargo and things like that, they'll get them for like 5, 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Where you can get Matthew McConaughey to play a detective, but you can't get him for 10 seasons, but you can get him for 6 episodes. And so I think this might be the new model.
What a good theory.
I just looked up the cast and like where everyone was from. There's one American actor in that big main cast. I think her name is Lily Rabb. She plays the lawyer, the blonde-haired lawyer.
Right.
Everyone else is like from Canada, Italy, England.
I know, I heard him moaning when I came in this morning. English people taking our jobs. I was like, what are you saying, you? And he said, hey, she is the British girl here.
But before, we move on from that, I never really get on social media anymore. It's kind of like something I'm trying to stay away from. But I'm like, you know what? So many people are watching The Undoing, and this is going to lead into the next story. And I took a picture of The Undoing, because it's very timely. And I just watched the Chicago Bears get their butts kicked by the Green Bay Packers. And here's what I'm saying. I don't know. You guys tell me if this is off color or not. So I was going to write, I just watched the Chicago Bears get murdered by the Green Bay Packers. Can't wait to tune into The Undoing and see who murdered Elena Alves.
Yeah.
Right? And my wife, I'm sitting in bed, and she goes, I wouldn't tweet that because people might get triggered by that. I'm like, nobody got murdered on the Chicago Bears, and this is a fictional character, so nobody got murdered there. I ended up not posting it because of what I didn't want the backlash, and I have to apologize later on. But you're going to see why I'm saying what I am. So our next story, Selena Gomez fans are not happy with the Saved by the Bell reboot because of 2 jokes made in the the latest episode. They were about Selena's kidney transplant, which she had in 2017 as a result of her battle with lupus. And one of the jokes showed 2 characters arguing about who Selena's donor was, either her ex Justin Bieber or her former bestie Demi Lovato. In another scene, the words, "Does Selena even have a kidney?" is seen on the wall. NBC Universal has since apologized. So all you do is put up kind of like you make a joke or an off-color joke or a bad joke, but then you end up apologizing for it, Al. Is it even worth it? That's where I'm getting at with this.
It depends on how much interaction you want to have on social media, and it depends on the energy you want to have coming towards your social media. And the thing is, whether it's, Jeff, you and I made a lot of jokes about Anne with an E. My girl actually binge watched it and finished all 3 seasons in probably 5 days. She loved it. I told Sam, all jokes aside, it's not for me, but I could see why people would gravitate towards this character. And my mentions were on fire with Anne with Anthony people. That's this male thinking he can talk. So it's like when you talk about anything people are passionate about, Selena Gomez being one of them, you better be prepared to get it.
Yeah, we need to remember she is, one of the most famous pop singers of our generation and time. She was, for a long time, had the biggest number of followers on Instagram. Everyone loves Selena and her story. I really love her. And I think, when it's something as sensitive as this, they're kind of poking fun at someone's health, and it's very serious issues. She did have to have a kidney transplant. That's real. And it wasn't from Demi Lovato or her ex, Justin Bieber. And I don't feel there's anything wrong with having that conversation. Obviously, this is a fictional, TV series, and they're saying, whose kidney is it? But I think writing it on the back of the wall was a little bit, ooh.
But here, what if Selena Gomez was okay with it, right? What is everybody else upset about? That's what I don't understand. The backlash that comes secondary when someone else is not even upset about that, but they're wanting to be upset, so they're noticed on social media, but they're not really upset.
But do you think it's that they really want to be noticed themselves?
Yes.
Or do you think it's that they deeply care about Selena?
I think they want to be noticed themselves.
I think I think it's a little bit of both, because there are people that if you mention them, people will come for you. If you come at Beyonce, if you come at Chris Brown, he's got an army. R. Kelly has people that will come at you. Britney Spears, who we've spoken about, her people, Swifties will come after you. So there are people that identify with these people on a different level than music, Jeff. It's the way that they pattern their life. And so you attacking them, even in jest, to them they take as a personal shot.
But I know we got to move on. I feel like that, in part of what you said, makes them part of a group. And I think on social media that you might not be part of anything. So if you are part of that beehive or something and you do attack somebody, you get praised for it on social media, right?
It can encourage that behavior amongst the group as well, doesn't it?
It's a deeper conversation, which I love to talk about. Unfortunately, we don't have time for it, nor was it even part of the story we were talking about. So I'll move
Interesting.
on. George Clooney is known for his acting chops, but apparently the actor can chop his hair too. Great writing. He told CBS Sunday Morning that he's been prepared for the pandemic because of his skills at home, cutting his hair. Watch.
It comes with a vacuum cleaner and the clippers? Yeah, I still have it.
Stop it. You don't use it.
My haircuts take literally 2 minutes. I go.
Is this Floby?
Yeah, it's Floby.
That is awesome.
Yeah, listen, man, it works.
I don't know. So if you guys don't remember what a Floby is, do you guys know what a Floby is?
I do.
I do
I'm
too.
old.
Here's a refresher.
Before the Floby, only a skilled professional could produce a good layered haircut. Tens of thousands have been sold to satisfied customers. Why? Because it really works.
Proper suction is the key to getting great-looking haircuts with no cleanup.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
You don't believe it works? Look at George Clooney.
Steph, do you guys have infomercials in England? Because I feel like and Jeff, I've been thinking about this, I feel like there's a Mount Rushmore of infomercial products.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Floby is on there. I think the Foreman Grill is on there. And whatever product the Set It and Forget It.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Is on there. And so I'm going to leave it up to you guys. What else do you think is you're looking at me like these are like things that are like part of America right now.
How about Suzanne Summers, the Thigh
Master?
This Thigh Master thing, ShamWow?
I've seen that.
ShamWow.
Do you have any products that are very English, but they're cheap? You could get 10 of them for $19.99.
But if you act now.
I don't know what we have. I'm going to have to have a look.
So you guys don't have that gimmick in England? It's a pretty good gimmick.
Yeah, I'm sure we do. But I'm just so disturbed that George, I just can't envision him doing that himself.
Me neither.
I can't envision that.
No, he seems like a guy that doesn't want a lot of primping. He's like, oh, I'll do it myself.
Does that thing really work? I mean, it looks kind of like a scary Hoover.
I'll tell you what.
That should be his English name.
I'll cut me and my son's hair with the Floby.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a promise. All right. You might not know his name or face, but the man who helped bring one of the most iconic villains to life has passed away. David Prowse played the original Darth Vader. James Earl Jones, as you know, voiced the character, but it was Dave's 6'6" frame that you saw on screen. He was 85 years old. May the force be with him. So interesting. I didn't know who that was, if he had a long career in Hollywood, but there he is. And what a great thing to say, like at a dinner, huh?
I would just let everybody tell their little stories. Be like, oh, you met Rihanna once? Cool. What's your story, Jeff? Big Brother, that's cool. I was Darth Vader. I'm going to go get some cocktail sauce. I mean, it's the ultimate, like what do you call it? Draw four, royal flush?
Absolutely.
Like, it's the best story ever.
And I would keep that in my back pocket.
Oh, yeah, right?
Definitely.
Do you have one of those stories that you keep in your back pocket and you're like, what'd you say?
Not as good as I'm Darth Vader now.
I don't think it's a tough one to beat.
Steph has some cool stories, though. Don't
She
sleep.
does.
She's been around a lot of
They're
celebs.
running through her head right now. She's like, I don't want to share. All right. Coming up on DBL, Mr. Christmas is bringing us some holiday decor, inspiration, the 3 things you shouldn't skimp on this season. And Ryan Seacrest is selling his Beverly Hills mega mansion. We'll show you what $85 million looks like.
Wow.
Wow, Seacrest. Welcome back to DBL. If you're in the market for a new home or estate, I should say, Ryan Seacrest would love to sell you his California crib.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you only need $85 million to buy it, though. So here's what $85 million home in Beverly Hills looks like. 9,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 6 baths, 22-foot ceilings, a movie theater, a spa, indoor gym, and some extra music, a meditation garden, an outdoor pizza oven, a pool with a pool house.
Wow.
Now listen, me and Seacrest kind of do the same thing a little bit. We're kind of both doing the same thing. My house kind of doesn't look like that.
I feel like if we pool all our money together, I think we could buy the pool house.
Yeah,
Let's just start
maybe.
small.
I think the meditation garden is where we should start.
Let's just buy it foot by foot. We'll buy it in maybe in like 50 years.
Oh
but
my
Seacrest
God.
does have his hands, and he produces.
A million pies.
He's got a lot of.
He's on, Kelly and Ryan. He's got his radio shows. He's had the
Sirius Radio.
Kardashians.
He's a hard worker. He is a hard worker.
Yeah, my American Idol, my old manager managed him, and he said genuinely he was an extremely hard worker, and he said he would literally be flying from one gig overnight to the next gig to the next gig, and he was like, there's no such thing as a weekend, like never on it all the time.
And he's always picking up those weekend things like Thanksgiving Day Parade, obviously not this year, but or like
Casual.
Christmas, he's always popping up somewhere.
I'd be picking
right?
them up too I know how much he earned for some of those.
Yeah, but
I'd be picking up too.
But when's enough for you, Al? If that's what you have, are you going to be working on the weekends and things like that?
I don't think he considers it work, Jeff.
Yeah.
I think
Life.
some people, death to them would be sitting on the couch, and other people, life to them is sitting on the couch and relaxing. It's all on how you're wired, and I think some people are worker bees right up until the very end. they're working on a project until they have a life event and they're just gone, but they work the whole time. And other people like, I got my $85 million, I'm gonna move to a hut in Hawaii and you'll never hear from me again.
Is that, what would you do? If, say you won the lotto, the old question, would you come back to work?
I would definitely. Everything that he's done, I think, is incredible. The projects he's worked on, the radio shows, like you said, like the Thanksgiving parades. I mean, every host is different, but for me, that's like the ultimate dream, isn't it? I mean, he's done everything that you could ever wish to do.
Listen, I'd love to be a good employee, but if I won $500 million.
You'd be piecing out.
Gone.
We couldn't get you once a month.
I wouldn't leave anybody hanging. I wouldn't leave you hanging for sure.
Yeah.
But I'd be coming in acting a fool, and you want to get me out of here.
Until we had to let you go.
You want to know what I think about the viewers writing in? Here we go. Coming up on DBL, if you need some decorating advice for the holiday season, Mr. Christmas is your man. His pro tips and tricks coming up next. Welcome back to DBL. If you're like me, your tree has been up since October. That's not true, November 1st. But if you need extra inspiration, interior designer Mr. Christmas is here to help. I caught up with him earlier in today's Chatting with the Stars. Benjamin Bradley, welcome to DBL, aka Mr. Christmas, I might add. So fans of the show that know me, I'm a big Christmas guy, but I've never been named Mr. Christmas, not even close. So please tell our audience, how big is your Christmas decoration?
My personal collection's huge. I mean, I'm in the midst of it now, but yeah, I mean, there's 3,000 to 5,000 different pieces, and it ranges of everything. I've got everything under the sun in that collection. So,
I like how you just threw that out. You have 3,000 to 5,000 pieces.
Well, you know, you can cover a lot of ground with that. There's dishes and ornaments and garlands and trees, and I mean, there's a lot of variety in that. So it's not that much. I know people who have more.
I gotta get on my Christmas game. Let's be honest.
I was gonna say, you got some catching up to do.
Definitely. All right, well, help us settle this debate once and for all. Okay. And mind you, our friendship is on the line. Okay. Is there such a thing as putting up your Christmas tree too early?
No, never. Definitive statement, never. Life is short. Christmases are like birthdays. We only get so many. Do what makes you happy. Put it up when you want.
Okay. Did we just become best friends?
Yes.
I gotta be honest with you. In our family,
besties for life. There you go.
Besties for life, Christmas tree buddies for life. You have a picture of my tree there, Benjamin? That's right now in our home. What do you think of it?
This year? This is current?
This is current. It's current.
Okay.
We just bought a new Christmas tree. We have our old one that we keep in the basement. Memory-wise, it was me and my wife's first tree we purchased together. Now this is our first home, and we got ourselves a tree, and we put it up. So, any pointers to improve that tree?
I think you're doing pretty well. I mean, it looks like you got. I think the tree's looking great. I think you just need some greenery on the mantle. That would be my thing. Your tree's right up there, but the mantle just needs a little bit more of a backdrop, a little more lushness.
We put up our tree. This is going to spark a lot of debate and might go viral. We put up our tree the day after Halloween. That's when we do it. So we have 2 full months of Christmas.
That works. That works for me. I mean, I don't even do Halloween anymore because it never saw I used to put out a few decorations, never saw the actual night of All Hallows Eve, so just gave that up. So
there you go. There you go. So what are some of your must-haves for holiday decorations?
I always say I want the sights, the sounds, and the smells. I want it all. You know, you got to have the Christmas tree. It's a ubiquitous type of thing. I want to have a scent. I always love having candles and potpourri sprays around. Gotta have a ton of lights going on, and then of course you gotta have the smell of something baking in the oven. So you gotta have it all. You know, you gotta have everything.
What are the holiday decorations that you would avoid? You said some wonderful things. What would you avoid at all costs?
Okay, I'm gonna make some enemies here, but I don't like exterior blow-ups. I don't like those things. They look fun at night, but during the day they look like a wet dish rag unless you keep them blown up the entire time. So go old school, do something else. Do a blow mold, do some greenery, do some lights on a tree, but I don't like those.
Well, Benjamin, my new best friend, thank you so much for talking to us today, man. We appreciate it.
All right. Nice talking to you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We'll stay in touch. For more holiday cheer.
Please do.
Absolutely. For more holiday cheer, check out Holiday Home Makeover with none other than Mr. Christmas on Netflix. We'll be right back, everybody.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. Have you taken advantage of open enrollment yet? The window is closing soon, so if you need help making the last-minute choices, we're sharing some tips in this DBL Health Alert presented by Health Markets. First, when choosing a plan, look at more than just a monthly fee. You actually might save more money with a higher cost plan if it offers fewer out-of-pocket expenses. Second, your spouse doesn't need to have the same plan as you. Pick plans that match your separate health needs and ones that cover your specific medications. Good tip. And third, if you're only using Medicare, try an Advantage plan. They have their own open enrollment period, so you can always change it if it doesn't work for you. There are so many plans out there, and it's all about finding the right one that works for you. We made it easy to find the best and most cost-effective Medicare Advantage plan. All you got to do is call 1-800-800-9974. Good tips in there. Good tips in there.
Big deal.
Yeah.
I'm learning about health insurance. I know you are too, Steph.
Oh gosh, always. Yeah, I always find it like such a minefield, but you guys really help. And Teladoc is my favorite thing in the world.
I thought you were going to say something else when you said mind field.
Yeah. Well done.
Well done.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got some comments, of course, about George Clooney. Jane said, I can't believe George cuts his own hair. He's a silver fox. And then Landon said, my wife wouldn't let me cut my own hair during the pandemic, so now I look like a mountain man. I actually grew my hair out during the pandemic. I always had it short, remember?
Does Jordan ever trim it for you, like when it gets unruly, or are you okay?
Here's the thing. She went to cosmetology school.
I was going to say, I trust Jordan.
But when she does it, it's like, it takes so long and she doesn't want to screw it up, and I'm very impatient, so it's kind of a thing that we butt heads. So I'm like, you know what? Let's not do this anymore. I'll just I'll wait till.
Does Merritt do you? Like,
she does. Merritt does me. She cuts my hair. Yeah. Yeah. So she got really good at it.
She did a good job.
Yeah, we've been practicing.
How long is this show? All right, DBL is new every day. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Oh, you guys look cute.
I've just realized what I said.
DBL.